There's been a lot of talk about the structural advantage the Democrats have going into their convention, which begins in Denver Monday. One example of this structural advantage, and this is party identification. Very, very important concept. Now, the question is simple. As of today in politics, would you consider yourself a Republican or a Democrat or an independent? Looking at, show the problem for Republicans, more Americans right now identifying as Democrats than Republicans, and of course the percent of independents, as you see, is also quite high. Look at the difference it makes when we cross party identification by who are you going to vote for. We find a very high correlation. See there, a high percent of Democrats are going to vote for Obama, a high percent of Republicans voting for McCain, and right now independents roughly are split between the two candidates. But the fact that there are more Democrat identifiers out there certainly helps Barack Obama in general. Naturally, if you're going to win an election by a huge margin, as did, let's say, Ronald Reagan against Walter Mondale back in 1984, you have to get a bigger percent of your own party's identifiers than your opponent with his, and you have to do better among independents. Right now, this race is quite close because none of that's happening. Obama has had a slight lead for part of the summer because there are more Democratic identifiers out there than Republicans. We'll see what happens after the exciting Democratic and then the exciting Republican conventions coming in the next 2 weeks if this party identification number changes. I'm Dr. Frank Newport, Editor-in-Chief of the Gallup poll.